Welcome in to a Friday edition of DNVR Bets Daily. Excited to talk about the weekend and the betting event of the century, Andre. The betting event of the century, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Everyone has been waiting for this, and if you can see, Dre, I've won so many bets recently that I got myself some mountain property up here in Steamboat.
Outstanding, changing lives. Oh, and I need to wear shades because I forget that Jokic came through for us.
Oh, you gotta love Jokic. You gotta love Jokic. Not to be confused with Jokic.
Very different.
Very different, yet in some ways the same.
So true.
Anyways, I took that $17 that DraftKings put in my account, bought a nice house up here. Creekside property is. Shout out to DraftKings for that, always coming through. And then there was that Dustin Johnson, it's just really
Tom Brady Eagle. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we're obviously going way early today compared to our normal day because we figured, we want to get this podcast in and out of the way. If you're going to take the long drive up to the mountains, you're sitting some traffic on I-70, we'll give you some content to stream in the car and figure out what bets you want to take this weekend. And like I said, Dre, we start with something that is so mundane, in my opinion, that you have to bet on it to have any interest in it at all, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest things about sports betting. You can make things that suck into things that are interesting and fun.
Yeah, and at least you have a bit more of a compass. Like, I have more of a feel with how this... I'm assuming we're talking about the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, we are.
I didn't want to dive in.
Just like crapping on soccer right now.
Exactly. I wasn't just we're not talking Bundesliga here. Japanese baseball. It's. I feel like I have a better feel for this than I do like the Belmont Stakes or horse racing or something like that. Another, quick hitter.
If the Belmont Stakes was won by the same horse every single year, you'd probably have a real great grip on it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That horse would be legendary. Though I am intrigued that this line has gone down just a little to just minus 1,000 for Joey Chestnut.
So you have a few betting options here. The one that sucks the most is Nathan's hot dog eating contest winner. Mm-hmm. Joey Chestnut minus 1,000. Any other participant plus 550. First of all, off the bat, I feel like those two things don't add up. I realize you're getting like a bunch of guys. I think that's why is like it should be like Joey Chestnut minus 1,000. Any other participant plus 800. But I guess since you have like 25 people on your team, you don't get quite as much juice. So here's how I feel about Joey Chestnut. He's got to go over the hill at some point, right?
I mean, I guess.
Like, he can't do this forever.
That stomach seems in pretty good shape.
Kobayashi couldn't do it forever.
I mean, because Joey Chestnut came along. That's the thing. I would love to know, is there an up-and-coming potential record-breaking prospect coming up?
Right. Yeah, I don't know if this is the year that he goes down, but he will go down eventually.
That's right.
So you have no faith in the field at plus 550?
None whatsoever. And I love that Joey's odds are just a little better now. If I bet $10, I win 1. If I bet 100, I win 10. That's better than the 8 I was getting before. So
at what point does that become like worth your time? Like bet 1,000 to win 100? Is that like?
I'm not sure that's worth it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you'd have to be a real baller and place a bet that I don't think you could place on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
So you're saying like 100,000 to win 10,000?
Yeah, I mean, to even kind of make it worth.
Can you imagine the excitement of watching this hot dog eating contest if you had that much money on it?
Excitement or how sickening it would be to watch that for
it's already pretty sickening.
100%.
Like that's my least favorite part about it is like watching it is a tough watch early in the morning when it comes on because what is it, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to just like enjoy some coffee, maybe a bagel, and these guys are stuffing their faces with water-soaked hot dog buns.
It's true. People talk so much about combat sports and how brutal they are, but few things are more brutal than these guys shoving 50 hot dogs in their mouths in a minute and dunking them in water. I mean, it just looks revolting. But I think the real line is will Joey Chestnut beat the record? And there's a couple different lines in place. There's a 72.5 and a 74.5 here.
Well, and there's an odds boost there. Real quick though, I don't know if we have. Once we get Allie on, I want to know what's a tougher watch: seeing someone like bleed all over themselves in MMA, or watching these guys try to eat 75. How long do they have here? 5 minutes?
I thought it was 1.
No, it's longer than a minute. It has to be longer than it might be 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Look it up. Look it up.
That's not even an athletic feat anymore. Yeah, I am looking it up.
Yeah, this is Chris Hill, my guy. He has my back. 10 minutes. All you gotta do is eat 7.4 hot dogs per minute, Andre.
Wow, that all seems doable. Like, just from a math perspective, I can wrap my head around that.
So, you basically a hot dog every 10 seconds, a little faster than that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Their jaws are moving. They're working,
So terrible. This is I wonder what people, maybe if our like Broncos Europe friends or anyone like that are watching, like how bad does this look on America that we have this? This is part of our Independence Day celebration, is this overindulgent waste of food. Anyways, okay. So you've got the odds boost here on Joey Chestnut to break the record. He's got to go for 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Plus 200. It's currently plus one. What'd you say? Plus 140 or plus 125? It's plus 125. So it's a solid odds boost.
Yep.
For him to break the record there.
That's pretty nice. I mean, that's the best bet you're gonna get on the day. Really, is Chestnut being able to go at 75, get that record, and to get it at plus 200. That's pretty nice. I mean, if there's one bet I'll sprinkle while watching this event, I'll take that odds boost, and I'll thank DraftKings later for it. So,
you know me, I don't like to give away. In most cases, it would be points. This is dogs. I don't want to give away any dogs here. I'd rather just take the over 72.5. Nice, safe bet. We know he's capable of 74. He shouldn't regress 2 whole dogs in this one. So I'll give up a little bit of juice just to feel a little safer in my bet.
Minus 182 though, compared to plus 200. I mean, that's giving up a lot of juice there.
You know what they always say: the last 3 dogs are the hardest.
Well, that expression is, believe it or not, that's a new expression.
No, they've been saying that for years in this contest.
You guys are making me hungry again, just like yesterday's show.
It is 9:30, and talking about hot dogs is making you hungry.
Well, you asked earlier what I thought is more repulsive. Was it repulsive? Is that the word you used?
Same. I think I said revolting.
Revolting.
Yeah.
Eating watching someone eat hot dogs, or
it is not just watching someone eat hot dogs. This is literally watching people shove hot dogs through their faces.
Yeah,
I have to say MMA is worse.
Wow.
They are getting permanent brain damage from smashing their heads. They're bleeding all over each other. That's way worse. A guy stuffing hot dogs in his face is pretty gross to watch, but not as bad as the permanent brain damage some of these guys are getting.
I feel like it's actually presumptuous of you to assume that putting 75 hot dogs in your body in 10 minutes doesn't cause brain damage.
I think it causes some stomach damage for sure. I bet they're taking some anti-acid. What would that be?
Antacid?
Yeah. There we go. But we've got Patrick Lyons in the comments saying option 3 for toughest to watch. Guys bleeding all over themselves when the outcome is predetermined. Example, wrestling.
But they don't. That's not even real blood.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think wrestling is hard to watch because of how bad it is.
Right.
And I know Patrick, and I know wrestling fans everywhere get very upset with me for saying that, but I just hate wrestling. I just think it's dumb.
Yeah, the acting in wrestling might be the hardest thing to watch of all. But
Yeah,
it's
true.
It's funny. Allie's watching MMA and thinking of the long-term repercussions. That's what I do when I watch the hot dog eating contest.
Yep.
And I'm thinking like, oh man, in 10 minutes, that guy is really in bad shape.
Yeah, whenever I say
maybe
this
it's because I've dealt with concussions before, so the brain,
Right.
that's where I relate to.
Right.
The stomach issues, maybe y'all relate to.
That's right. Exactly.
Andre, being Italian, has certainly dealt with overeating before.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah.
We've got Henry siding with me.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Okay, Andre, this is my last question as it relates to the hot dog eating contest.
Okay.
If you had to enter a food eating contest of some sort, what would it be? What do you think you could put down the most of?
Pasta?
Wow, that is you're stereotyping Andre.
I did.
I'm offended.
It's I'd be a sweet tooth guy. It'd have to be something sweet. It'd have to be like
cookies, cheesecake, ice cream. What are we thinking here?
Cheesecake. I think I would die if I tried to eat cheesecake too fast.
That stuff is too thick. Cheesecake too fast.
Yeah, I think cookies. I think cookies or ice cream.
So dry.
Ice cream, you'd get a brain freeze.
I can handle brain
ice
freezes.
Cream in your face.
I can handle brain freezes. And also, I'm one who it's very important if I'm going to force myself into a violent nausea attack, I'd much rather it be sweet and even cold coming out. That's kind of refreshing, you know. So I wouldn't mind that with the ice cream. So I'm already I'm thinking ahead. So
there's the question. I mean, Patrick Lyons is in the comments. Maybe he knows. How long does ice cream stay cold in your body?
Well, if you eat it quick enough, you know.
Look, he said most competitive eaters don't actually use plain water. They flavor it with sweetener.
Something you guys should know about Patrick Lyons. He knows the most random things of any person I've ever met in my entire life.
Really true.
He's just like a fountain of random facts.
But
okay.
He can also be sarcastic, so then you believe most of the things he says, but then you're like, wait, is this really true? Or are you just messing with me?
For me, I would go sushi. I feel like I could put down a whole lot of sushi. I mean, I know for a fact I can.
That's a good one. I guess fried food, I think I could do pretty well.
You're picking all the things that are like hardest to consume the most, like fried.
I think I could do French fries.
I'm thinking smaller bites, Ryan, like some shrimp, you know, just putting down lots of fried shrimp or something like that. And
Chris Hill is saying they used lemonade at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, not just water.
Chris Hill said he would have wings. Wings would be hard.
Wings
I say French fries.
So
I could eat a lot of French fries.
Good one. I like
wings. Wings would probably be my second one. But the thing about wings, I feel like you're way more at risk for like breaking the rules. Like, how do you make sure the wing is actually finished? You know, like I feel like there's a lot of gray area there.
I'm really hungry now.
Final one, I could put down lots of popcorn and eat it quickly.
Mm.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like all of us think we could do this stuff, but it's like, could you hit a fastball? Like, competitive eaters eating popcorn, I mean, would be... Oh, pie. Pie is a good one.
Pie is a good one.
I would entertain at least in a pie eating contest.
All right, we're going to move on. Okay. So, are you taking that as an official pick?
Wow.
Record breaker?
Baited into the odds boost at plus 200. Yeah. Let's take it. Let's start the weekend off right. Let's do it.
You know what? I think it's rigged. So I'm going to go with you on that.
Let's do it. Sick.
They give him like 4 or 5 hot dogs that are like empty or something.
We've got Eric saying he took it.
He took it. All right. Well, we have learned our lesson. Never pass up an odds boost. You'll end up on top for sure. Okay, we're going to talk about a little Premier League soccer here in a second. But before we do that, a shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure to head over to DraftKings Sportsbook now. Get in on their sign-up bonus, which is up to $1,000 over at DraftKings Sportsbook. It is the best sports betting app in the country. Super user friendly. When you go in there, it won't take you long to learn it. And like we just mentioned, the odds boosts are amazing. They're always giving you, I mean, pretty much every weekend they just give you free money. It's pretty fun. So head over to DraftKings Sportsbook and get that sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Of course, you must be 21 or older, Colorado only. The bonus is comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. The deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. You can get help. Okay, let's move on to the Premier League, and we have Allie here for a reason because...
Yeah, I don't just pop on to talk hot dogs for nothing.
Yeah, we want to know, Allie, have you chosen your Premier League soccer team yet?
I've watched a lot of soccer. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really bad at making decisions, guys.
Can confirm.
So I'm gonna say I'm leaning towards I'm watching the most, I'm enjoying the most, even though they had the hideous jersey their kit combination. It's Man City. That's who I'm leaning for. It's not necessarily official. I've been told I need to tweet about it to make it official, but Man City is definitely the one that I'm watching the most. West Ham actually pulled through and had an awesome win this week, but pretty sure I've chosen Man City.
Wow.
Ooh, the people are not going to like that one. I'll tell you
Why?
that. But that actually kind of makes me respect it. You're not just going with what the people want.
Yeah.
Well, the people want me to choose Liverpool, and I would love to, but it's just I can't do that. And I had a lot of people think Chelsea because I was watching the Chelsea Man City game, and Will Whalen was really excited about that. But I just can't. Chelsea is just.
They couldn't even beat West Ham. Come on.
True.
Yeah, that was embarrassing on Chelsea's part.
Good on West Ham.
I just think, Man City, they're
I actually had someone tweet at me like, "Are you watching?" I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm on the golf course."
I know. What a bummer. Maybe you'd be a West Ham fan if you weren't on the golf course that day.
No, I had already decided that West Ham was not going to be my team. They were really struggling, and they just didn't. I need it. Ryan, you're cutting out a bit, just so you know. I needed a team, especially with Premier League. I need a team that's going to captivate me and make me want to watch. West Ham, I really like everything about the team, but the play itself is a bit sloppy, and I wasn't captivated to keep watching. I would have it on at the background and then kind of not watch and then look, and they're down 2 goals, and I'm like, oh God, okay. Yeah. So with a Premier League team, I needed something that was going to get me to watch, get me to wake up early and be like, oh, I have to watch it. Like Ryan is with his Wolves. Mm-hmm. So, I'm half Wolves fan because I have to be, because I have to watch those anyways. But then also a Man City. I think that's what I'm choosing.
Yeah, and before you guys get at Allie, you need to remember she's a basically Colorado sports fan across the board and an Eagles fan. So she's had a rough go at it. First and foremost, she's a Buffs fan and an Eagles fan. That's tough. You sprinkle in the Nuggets and the last decade of Avalanche because, she's
even
a
the
youngster.
Sixers, even the Phillies, all Philadelphia and Denver teams.
Yeah, it's a rough go. And this is going to be like her 5th or 6th league. She can't just root for some crappy team that she doesn't want to watch and suffer with. Let her enjoy what she watches. So, okay. I can respect that.
I know. The hate that Man City has is because of the owner, the recent owner, and the money, right?
Yeah, they're a new money team. No, for some reason in soccer we only think the teams that historically were good deserve to have all the money. And, in an uncapped sport, get all the advantages. This is a new money team. They were kind of a bottom dweller for years, got bought by this new ownership, and now they're one of the best teams in all of Europe. And yeah, people don't like that, but you got to adapt.
What I was telling one of my friends who is advocating for Arsenal, which I told him, it's funny that he wanted me to be an Arsenal fan because every other Arsenal fan does not want me to be an Arsenal fan.
Right.
And he goes, see, that's part of their charm. They don't want anyone to deal with the suffering. But I told him, I feel like as I'm learning so much about the English Premier League, there's so much money that's in it. There's so much dirty money, and maybe old dirty money, but it's still dirty money. And there's so many people that hate owners of teams and are like, you can't choose them. And I feel like every team has that. And he described it as that's true, but teams had a bit of history before that money. So that's what makes it a little more worth it to root for those teams like Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's very college football-y. Like, oh, we should only root for Alabama because they were good in the 50s and 60s, but we don't root for Oregon because they only got good. You know, it's that kind of discussion. It's kind of like, man, whatever.
I just got a text from Ryan saying his computer overheated as he was sitting in the sun enjoying that creek behind him. So that is why he logged off here. But I bet you he's trying to fix that problem.
Yeah, that'll happen to you. But we've got some good picks coming up in the Prem tomorrow, Saturday, on the 4th of July. Lots of good sports to watch while you're enjoying the 4th and barbecuing and doing whatever fun stuff. And I guess we could start with the odd boost we have here. A plus 375, you can get Brighton, Manchester United, and Leicester all to win. I'm a little skeptical just because Brighton's in there, and Brighton going against Norwich on the road. I don't know. I think that's a little tricky, but I do like Leicester, who got off the schneid. Or no, they lost to Everton just a couple days ago, so I don't like that. And Man U's a huge favorite against Bournemouth as RK gets back. So I don't know. We said all odds boosts are good, Ryan, but there's this one odds boost here I'm a little reluctant to endorse.
Who's Man U playing against?
They are playing Bournemouth.
Oh, he popped out. He popped back out.
Nice. So they're a minus 625 favorite. They're a huge favorite. Leicester's a minus 148 favorite against Crystal Palace. Palace has been decent, though, and Leicester really hasn't been good since the break. And then Brighton's a plus 120. So no clear advantage. The real great game coming up tomorrow at 10:30 our time is going to be Arsenal against RK's Wolves. It's at the Wolves, who are a plus 128 favorite.
I've learned it's not the Wolves. It's only Wolves.
Oh,
don't add the in there. They'll come after you.
I don't know how I'd say at Wolves. It's at Wolves. There you go.
It sounds funny, I know, but every time I say that, Ryan's like, no, it's not the.
That's fair enough. I tend to not respect the British soccer parlance traditions, but I'll go with this one. Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, do not mess up Wolves. Don't mess that up. That it's not. You got to get with the terminology here. Like that's like saying, oh, like the Wolves are going to go on the field to play the game. Like Wolves are going on the pitch to play a match.
Okay, I'm with it. So, do the Wolves get it against Arsenal, Ryan? This is the biggest threat to their win streak so far.
You need to tell them the right name before I'll answer that question.
You did it again.
Do Wolves have a chance against Arsenal, against Gunners this Saturday?
There you go. Let's go. Wolves gets the job done. Just too much firepower. There's too much strength in the pack for Arsenal to be able to hang with them. So I'm definitely in on Wolves this weekend. That's my main English Premier League pick. Getting a little bit of juice there at plus 128, but they're still considered the heavy favorites here.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I mean, I guess with how fluky Arsenal's play can be, I can see that. I am intrigued by Christian Pulisic to score plus 148. That's against Watford this Saturday as well. Chelsea, a big favorite, and the American star, I think, is due for another big day. So I kind of like that line. Kind of a pesky Saturday card here in the Premier League. Not too many obvious picks. They're baiting you with that minus 148 for Leicester at home against Crystal Palace. I've just lost too much money on Leicester already early on, so I think I'll stay away from that.
Yeah, they're not
We've
trustworthy.
Sorry, before I interrupt you, we've got a longtime friend of the program, B-Bads, in the comments here. He is a huge Arsenal fan, so I wonder if he's going to pick them over Wolves, but he said Wolves are favored. And then he also is defending my take.
Yeah.
I don't. De Bruyne doesn't get me going. Sorry.
Well, you're watching it more, so maybe it will.
That's true. I mean, Man City's cool. It's just
their kits
I don't know.
are so beautiful, except when they did that weird candy strawberry yellow thing that looked like a tequila sunrise.
So you like the baby blue? Because I do too. I like that when the Nuggets rock the old baby blue. I like the old Carolina look. But I can already tell from Ryan's face that he's a baby blue hater. But you're pro baby blue.
No. I like the baby blue. It just not the Nuggets needed to move past it. Is all my take when it comes to that.
Don't start talking about brands and colors. Eric's gonna have to hop on here.
Oh, that's true.
But like Man City's baby blue looks awesome. The baby blue that like accents the Rapids kits is really nice. So I'm down with it.
Okay.
All right,
the only baby blue we don't like is Lazio.
Talking bets.
Thanks, Allie.
All right. Dre, what other EPL picks did you guys? Sorry, my computer overheated up here in the mountain sun. I should have predicted that.
My phone was scorching hot in the car a couple days ago. I feel you, brother. Man, I'd really have to parlay something because I'm just a little skeptical. So I really like I think I'm going with you on Wolves, as hard as that may be, because Arsenal giveth and Arsenal taketh away. I'm not taking the bait on Leicester, as tempted as I may be, and I'm taking Pulisic to score in the player props on against Watford. Let me see. I want to see Man U's scoring odds here with first to score and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Wolves, and then you mentioned parlay, so I figured I'll jump in here. I'm gonna get the two favorites. Big favorites here, not the biggest, but Man U obviously big favorites against Bournemouth, and Chelsea against Watford. I'm going to parlay those two together. That gives you minus 147. You know, we talked about this earlier. Sometimes you got to parlay these big favorites together, but in the end, you know, minus 147 for two pretty likely outcomes that come through for you. Not bad.
You could add Brighton in there at plus 270. It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I like that parlay right there. I'll take that as well. Look at that. I'm just following your lead on all of these. An interesting odds boost to my beloved Serie A. You can get my AC Milan and Juve to win in the Turin Derby. Juve is a huge favorite in that one. Milan slight underdog at plus 215 against Lazio. But I know you love betting against Lazio, the one baby blue team you do not root for anymore. You can get that odds boosted two-way parlay at plus 315. That's pretty nice. You're basically Juve. Section 1 of that parlay is a given Juve winning. So you're basically getting Milan, which is a plus 215 at plus 315 to beat Lazio. And Milan's definitely been in the better shape here. So that's intriguing. And you can get Real Madrid, but never mind. That's a Sunday pick. So I'll slow down.
All right, because that's a programming note. We will have a DNVR Bets Daily tomorrow on the 4th of July, little Independence Day special. We'll be able to talk about, maybe what went down. Maybe we'll do it shortly thereafter. Joey Chestnut repulses us and eats 75 hot dogs. A quick update on one of my picks from yesterday, which we're close to seeing if it comes through. I gave out Bryson DeChambeau under 67.5, which means he needs to shoot 5 under.
Yeah.
Andre, he is through 15 holes at 4 under, so it's going to come down to the stretch here. Needs to birdie one of the last 3 to win my bet. Obviously, no bogeys either. Needs to get one more down in the last few holes here. He's right up there at the top of the leaderboard. By the way, look out for some low scores today because Matthew Wolff is 9 under through 16 holes. So the birdies are out there. They are available. Could have some low scores today, which is good because I've got Ricky to go low and Tony Finau to go low as well. So we need that to come through for us.
I'm legit upset at you for not giving me the Matt Wolf pick. That's kind of like your area of expertise is all Wolves, whether that's last names, mascots, what have you. That's your deal, dude. So I'm kind of upset that you didn't suggest that as a pick going into today.
I'm trying to see. So listen to this card. He started on the back 9 today. I just got very confused because I'm like, it looks like he's played the whole back 9, but he did play the whole back 9. Let's just listen to this card.
Yeah.
Birdie, par, par, par. Birdie, 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 birdie. Birdie, par, birdie, par, par, birdie, par.
Whoa.
He's got 2 left.
Dude's on fire, man.
He could have a bogey-free round with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He could have double-digit birdies on this round. That's unbelievable.
That's insane. What a beast.
What a beast. Apparently, I have to be a Matthew Wolf guy now.
Yeah, dude, that's your brand.
I can't say I knew much about him until today, but he might be my new guy.
Hey, Harold Varner looking like he's having a good day. Like to see that. -4.
Love to see it.
Okay,
Your guy
cool.
who's only lost you money and somehow still remains to be your guy. That's loyalty right there.
Yeah. I'm like yeah. Yep. That's like a bad relationship, keeps disappointing me, but I come back. So good for me.
That's kind of like, that's probably how our listeners of this show feel. We keep disappointing them and they keep coming back. And with that, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. Like I said, we will be with you again tomorrow for a little Independence Day special of the show. That should be fun. And look for another morning slate there for us on the podcast. So thanks again to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook for making this show possible. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend.